Namaste friends, we are back with our Bhagavad Gita series. We are on verse 33, 33rd verse, chapter 2nd. Atha chet tvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tatah swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsasi. Very interesting. Krishna almost applying all kinds of strategies, sam, dam, dand, bhed, to convince Arjun to fight. What is he saying now? Here he is saying, Atha chetam, atha, now, then, chet, if, tvam, you, imam, this, dharmyam, interesting term. Dharma, everybody knows that meaning dharma is duty, virtue, religion, philosophy, tradition, so many things, cosmic rhythm, cosmic order, law, and so on and so forth. But here it's not dharma. The word is dharmyam, the doable dharmyam, the doable dharma, that is almost like kartavyam, right? That which should be done as a duty, dharmyam. So the translator here translates as lawful, dutiful, proper, almost like kartavya. Kartavya and dharmyam sounds very similar. Dharma means also duty, but dharmyam, that should be dutiful or doable. Dutiful, yeah, that's how he also translates. So, atha chet tvam imam dharmyam. If what is your duty, dutiful, if you don't do, sangramam na karishyasi. What is your duty as a kshatriya? To fight as a warrior. Sangramam, everybody knows, sangram is to fight, the war, right? The fight, the army, the battle and so on. Sangramam na karishyasi, no, karishyasi, future tense, singular, third person, karishyasi. If you do not do sangramam, the battle, which is your duty, dharmyam, kartavyam, then what happens? Tataha, then, swadharmam kirtim cha, your own dharmam and your own kirti, your dignity, your prestige, your reputation. What happens to all that? Hitva papam avapsasi. That will all go down and you will obtain pap. Tumhe pap lagega. You will obtain pap. You will gain pap. Usually pap is translated as sin. But pap is that negative karma that you will accrue if you do not do what is dutiful. Karishyasi comes from root kri, to do or to act. Swadharma, we know. Kirti is a very common term across many Indian languages, which means reputation and so on, glory, fame, and so on. Hitva is an interesting term. Hitva papam avapsasi. Hitva is coming from ha, which means to avoid. So having avoided, hitva papam avapsasi. If you avoid your war, your duty, you will obtain pap. Avapsasi, you will obtain. Apnuti and other words are very common from this root. Ap means to obtain. Prapt karna or avapsasi. Alright, so to complete 33rd. Atha chet tvam imam dharmyam sangramam na karishyasi tatah swadharmam kirtim cha hitva papam avapsasi. Tumhe pap lagega, you will gain pap. Alright, next verse, 34th. Akirtim cha api bhutani kathiyashyanti te avyayam sambhavitasya cha akirtir marnat atirichyate. Lot of pressure from Krishna. What happens if you don't war, if you don't fight, if you don't do your duty as a warrior? Akirtim cha api bhutani. The other beings, other people will talk about your bad reputation. They will say negative things about you. People will speak of your undying infamy. Undying. Why undying? Because second part of this first verse, kathishyanti te avyayam. Avyayam, again an interesting word here. Avyayam, vyaya means to spend. Avyaya, that which never gets spent. Apavyaya, I mentioned in the previous episode also. Apavyaya, that who spends very wisely. Avyaya is a lot of wastage. Mitvaya is that one who spends very wisely. Avyaya, that which never gets spent. So your bad reputation, your negative things about you will be talked about people forever. They will never get spent. They will never get stopped. So eternally, forever, they will talk negatively about you. Akirtim cha api bhutani. Akirtim, negative reputation, right? Cha api bhutani, beings, kathishyanti, they will speak about, they will talk about. Te, they, avyayam, forever. Sambhavitasya cha akirtir marnat atirichyate. If one who has his honor that he has gained with so much efforts, if he loses that honor, that dignity, that reputation, that is even worse than death. That's what Krishna is again applying a lot of psychological pressures here. So he's saying, Maranat, even worse than death. Ati richyati, richyati. Atirek is the extreme, right? There's a very common term in Indian languages, atirek, which means extremity. Atirichyate. So even death, this bad reputation is even surpasses death, even worse than death. That's what he's saying. So to complete this 34th verse, akirtim cha api bhutani kathiyashyanti te avyayam sambhavitasya cha akirtir maranat atirichyati. And also people will relate your undying infamy, and for one who has been honored, disgrace is worse than dying. Your bad reputation is worse than your death. 35th verse now. Hayat ranat uparantam mansyante tvam maharathaha yesham cha tvam bahumato bhutva yasyasi laghavam. Bhayat ranat uparatam. If you run away, if you withdraw from the war out of fear, what they will talk about you? That you're running away from this battlefield out of fear. That's a great disgrace to a great warrior like Arjun. You know, he has never even experienced any kind of fear ever in his life. And now he will, if he gets this stigma on his character that he's very fearful, he's scared of Kauravas, that would be extremely dangerous, extremely worse than dying, worse than death even. Right? So that's what Krishna is now putting the pressure. Bhayat ranat upratam. If you withdraw from war out of fear, mansyante tvam maharathaha. That even the great people, those who are very dignified people will talk about you, that's what the opinion they will form about you, that you are running away, withdrawing from the battlefield out of fear. Mansyante comes from the root word man, which gives us interesting terms: man, manishi, manish, mat, matavlambi. All those words, root is man. Man means to think, right? Man, mind. To think is a verb. So they will think, they will form an opinion about you that you're running away from battlefield out of fear. Yesham cha tvam bahumat. Those who spoke highly about you, even they will form negative opinion about you. Bhutva yasyasi laghavam. So now they will speak little about you. They will speak low about you. Laghu. Laghu is giving us this word laghavam. Laghu and dirg. Laghu means small. Dirg means large. Right? Laghu katha, short story. Dirg katha, maybe an epic. So to complete 35th verse, the great warriors will think that you have abstained from the battle through fear. And among those by whom you have been held in high esteem, those who spoke highly about you, you shall come to be held lightly. Laghu, laghavam. And 36th verse. Avachya vadanshcha bahun vadishyanti tav ahitaha nindantas tav samarthyam tataha dukkha taram tu kim. And your enemies will speak many words of you that should not be spoken. Avachya. Words that should not be spoken, they will speak like that. Vadan. They will speak the words that are not supposed to be spoken, especially for you. Vadishyanti. They will speak. Vad is to speak. Vadishyanti. Future tense, plural, third person. So they will speak. Tav ahitaha. Ahitaha, hostile. Hit is beneficiary. Ahit, hostile or negative, again animosity, full of animosity. So they will speak like that for you. Deriding your capacity. So they will also deride your capacity. What greater hardship is there than that? Tataha dukh taram tu kim. Dukh taram. Dukh is hardship. Dukh taram is, can there be anything worse than that people will talk negatively about you? They will deride your capacities. They will speak ill of you. So that completes our 4 verses for this week, and we continue in the next week. Namaste.